It's time. Yep, it's time. Let's talk. All right, before we get into this video, if you are new here, my name is Michelle Victoria, and I am a former nursing student, nursing graduate, new grad nurse, whatever you want to call it. I recently graduated nursing. I am trying to video my journey through nursing to soon, hopefully, med school to become an OBGYN. That's my lifelong dream, my end goal. And I thought, hey, why not try to record this experience and share it with everybody? Because I know personally, I've watched a lot of YouTube videos that have helped me along my journey this far. So why not try to help other people? Let's just go for it. So this is my channel. And yeah, so if you're new, please feel free to subscribe. Drop a comment below. Let me know who you are, where you're from, what you did, as long as you left. Joking. Anyways, and if you're old, welcome back. It's great to virtually see you. But yeah, let's get into this video because we got a lot to talk about. Grab your chips, grab your popcorn, grab your pillows. I got two. Do whatever you gotta do. Get comfortable because we about to talk. This might be a little bit long, so forewarning. Let's go. So here we are. It is January 9th, 2021. LOL, Happy New Year. It's been a while since you saw me on this channel because I was out here studying and, grinding. So the last I recorded a video, it was, I want to say August or September, maybe September, probably. And I had recorded a video about my jurisprudence exam. And if you want to know what that exam is, click that link up there and you'll see the video. And I was sharing with you guys that I had passed and it was great. And again, you can watch that video, it explains it there. I won't get into that here. But after that, it was like grind time to, start studying for my NCLEX. However, it's a pandemic. So, as I had explained to you guys in another video, preceptorship got kind of all messed up because it's a pandemic. And so that put a hold on me finishing just a little bit. I still managed to finish on time, but then when I went to put in my application to the college, which is our nursing regulatory body, I put it in and then boom, the whole entire website crashed and they were down for, I think it was like a month. Yeah, our nursing regulatory body was shut down for like a month. That was wonderful. So my application was in, but they weren't processing any applications. They weren't sending out any authorizations to test. So I couldn't book my NCLEX and I was just stuck because I couldn't do anything. Everything was shut down, which really sucked. And so I was studying, but not heavily because I didn't have an NCLEX date. I didn't know when I was gonna get a date. So I didn't want to blow through all of the questions that I had, and I'll make a separate video talking about how I studied, but I didn't want to blow through all the questions that I had in my question bank before I get a test date, because again, I had no clue when I was getting a test date. So I was kind of just passively studying. And then mid-October, finally, my application was processed. Everything kind of came back to normal with our nursing regulatory body. And I was able to schedule my NCLEX. So this is like mid-October. I got the email, jumped onto my computer, pulled up what I need to pull up, and I looked at the calendar to find a date. Now my goal was to study for 4 weeks. That was my goal. I wanted to study for 4 weeks, hardcore, and then write my NCLEX. So I logged in to the website, pulled up the calendar, and the closest test date they had was 10 days away from the date that I was on the website. So I said to myself, hey self, hey, you kind of have been studying since like September 1st was when I started studying, passively studying. Anyways, September 1st is when I started like passively studying. And I was like, all I gotta do is just kind of kick it up a notch a little bit more for the next 10 days and I'll be good. Keep in mind, everything was kind of very still fresh in my mind because I just finished my consolidation, my preceptorship. So I didn't really feel like 10 days wasn't enough time. I felt like I could really get it done and still be successful. And I was scoring pretty well on like the practice exams that I was doing. So I wasn't really worried. So I'm like, you know what? I called my aunt in the States, who was like my go-to, got some advice. I called my dad. Everyone was like, go for it. You can do it. I'm like, okay, I got it. Let's do it. Booked my exam for October 29th. My virtual graduation was October 28th. So, I got all dolled up and sat in front of my laptop for Zoom and did the virtual graduation. And I told myself the day before my exam, I'm not studying. I'm gonna just relax, enjoy graduation, chill. And then my exam was 8 a.m. October 29th. So I started recording a vlog because I wanted to share this with you guys. It was me and y'all. We're going through this together. And I recorded the vlog the day before, and I was giving my little intro about like kind of briefly how I studied and how I'm preparing for my exam tomorrow and how I'm feeling and the whole 9 yards. And it was great. And then I went to bed just like normal. The next day, got up at 6, left the house, was starting to record as I was going through, got downtown because I wrote my NCLEX downtown, and got to the testing center, said a quick prayer, went inside. Y'all, I was nervous. Nervous is like an understatement. I was shaking going into that exam. And that was because I had an interview for a job the next day. So I really wanted to pass because I was like, yo, if I pass and I have this interview tomorrow, then boom, your girl's gonna get a job. It's gonna be lit. We about to be out here. Ow, bomb. So I was like, yo, let's do this. But I was terrified. So I got in testing center and I went through all the beginning and the checks in the beginning, scanning your fingerprints and all type of stuff. And they make you read this document. So I'm reading the document and not really reading the document. I'm kind of just sitting there trying to calm my brain. It is like 7:45 in the morning. I'm actually a little tired because I didn't sleep the night before because I'm nervous. Then I handed back the sheet and the person was like, are you ready? And I was like, yeah. So then I got into the computer room, sat behind the computer, and I was okay. I kind of just felt, let's do this. And I built up my confidence and I was like, okay, we got this. Y'all, listen, that exam started and I was like, what the actual heck? Like, literally, I was like, what is this? And so I had locked my mind into passing in 75 questions. If you ask anyone that knows me, they will tell you from my first year of nursing, I said, I'm writing my NCLEX and I'm passing in 75 questions. That's it, period. Okay? Listen to me. My exam got to question 74, okay? And I got to 75. I read 75, clicked my answer, took a deep breath, hit submit, 76. I said, excuse me. When I tell you that moment, my anxiety that was about like here was like through the roof. I was a nervous wreck. And at this point, I'm no longer looking at the questions or like reading the questions. I'm looking at the question number. So I'm kind of skimming the question, picking an answer, looking at the question number, because in my head, I'm like, why hasn't this exam shut off yet? What do you mean 79? What do you mean 100? Keep in mind, it's a whole pandemic. it's a pandemic. So the exam only goes from 75 minimum to 145 maximum. Normally it's 75 minimum to 65 maximum. So when I got to question 100, I'm like, your girl only got 45 questions to go. Why is this exam not shutting off? Lo and behold, it shut off at 145 questions. I walked out of there and I was like, okay, all right, okay. Like, I had no words. I had no words. I was just like, okay. I did that Pearson VUE trick that everyone does, and I got the bad pop-up, and I was like, okay. Cue the waterworks. Bawling. Threw my phone. I'm in the car. My mom was driving me home, and I'm in the car bawling. Threw my phone. My mom was like, I don't know where I'm going, because I had my GPS on my phone. Shout out to Mommy, the real MVP. I had my GPS on the phone, and when I did the Pearson VUE trick and got the bad pop-up, I dashed the phone. Mom's like, how are we getting home, sis? I don't know where I'm going. I was mad, like mad. So anyways, I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna think the worst. The Pearson VUE trick sometimes is wrong. I'm not gonna fret. I'm just gonna focus on my interview tomorrow. Take a deep breath, do what I gotta do. I'm fine. Prayed about it. I was like, I'm fine. Next day, went to my interview, killed the interview, like killed the interview, left the interview, went to the mall, and I was in the mall looking at shoots that I wanted to get. And I got an email from our nursing regulatory body. And I was like, this is it. Gave the phone to my mom, said, Mom, open this, because I couldn't open it. And y'all, honestly, I knew I failed. I knew it. Like, when I walked out of the when I walked out of that exam, I just knew, like, 145 questions, no, there's no way. So I gave the phone to my mom and I said, Mom, open this. And she opened it, and the first words she said were, I'm sorry. And I was like, yep. Took my phone back and it said, we regret to inform you that you were unsuccessful on your NCLEX examination. Cue the waterworks again. I bawled because I just had myself locked into the fact that I wasn't failing. Like, I was passing in 75 questions and that was that. So what do you mean I just failed? What? Like, I was doing very good on all of my assessments that I did. The first assessment that I did gave me a very high chance of passing. The second one gave me borderline, but I was distracted when I was doing it. I kind of was doing it and watching Netflix. So I mean, that was my bad. But I did all these other practice exams and they were all saying like very high chance of passing, very high chance of passing. So I felt pretty confident. And so when I found that I failed, I was literally like, okay. So I had to go back to the drawing board. And I didn't know how to do that. That was rough. And to make it worse, this is the best part. To make it worse, a few days after I found out that I failed, I got a phone call. Congratulations, we want to offer you a job. This is great. So I just got a job offer, but now I don't have a license. That's perfect. That's just great. That's just great. So that's pretty much where I've been, because it's taken me some time to record this video for a lot of reasons, which I will talk about in the next video. So y'all gotta come back to the next video to find out the rest of the story. But it's taken me a while to, really sit down and just talk about this. And honestly, a lot of it's because in the beginning, I was super embarrassed. So remember that vlog I said I was recording on the day that I wrote my NCLEX? Yeah, deleted the whole thing. The whole thing. And I'm kind of upset that I did, because I want my channel to be a place of transparency, openness, honesty about all of my successes and my failures in this journey, because no one's journey is perfect. No one's journey is a straight pathway. There's hills and gullies and, you know, it's a lot. And so I want to be real about what I am doing and what I'm going through and what this process is for me. And so I wish I didn't delete that footage so I could have kind of shared that, but y'all, I was embarrassed. I'm not even gonna lie, very embarrassed. I was disappointed in myself because looking back, I'm like, there's no way I should have failed that exam. Like, no way. But I did. And it happens. It happens. And it happened to me. It happens. But that's not the end of the story. So if you wanna hear the rest, guess what you're gonna have to do? You're gonna have to subscribe to this video and then come back for the next one. Yes, I will be sharing the rest of the story in the next video. So if you want to hear what happens next, oh, double chin, look at that. So if you want to hear the rest, stay tuned for the next video. That's it for now. Yes, I failed my NCLEX, but that ain't the end of my story. So I'll see you guys in the next video.